A very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about the concepts of sustainable development. It is very important to discuss this topic in the context of changing climatic scenario around the world, and sustainable development is very important for the resource management and for other practices related to the conservation of natural system of the earth. So I'm going to start with the concepts of sustainable development. When we talk about the sustainable development, it is a pattern of the resource use. How we are going to use our resources, especially the natural resources, that aims to meet the human needs while preserving the environment, so that these needs can be met not only in the present but also for the future generations to come. So, in broad way, we can define the sustainable development that the utilization of natural resources in such a way that it will be present on the future scenario as well. And the development of different sustainable development initiatives, it will be initiated in such a way that the future generation can enjoy the benefits of natural resources without any compromise. And the sustainable development is the kind of development that meets the need of present generation or present population without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own need. So the sustainable development having different components. It is having livable cities and communities, the society. Then it is also having some part of the social inclusion, that is bringing the economic prosperity, economics, business practices without low environmental impact, and the environment. Three major concepts or three major components of sustainable development is environment, society, and economy. And it is having long-term environmental practices when we talk about the environment. When we talk about the societal component of the environmental or sustainable development, it is having a better quality of life for all the members of society. And when we talk about the economic component of sustainable development, it includes the combined use of the sustainable transport system, bringing the solid economic growth. So, sustainable development having three major components: environment, society, and the economy. And moving to the next slide, now another important term is the environmental management. Environmental management is very important. The conservation of environment, the conservation of the environmental condition, different environmental factors is required to be managed in because of the global climate change. And at the global scale, it is a broadest sense of environmental management involves the oceans, freshwater system, land, and the atmosphere. Okay, so at a broad level, when we talk about the environmental management, it means we are dealing with the management of oceans, different water resources, especially freshwater systems, the land resources, and the atmosphere. But following the sustainability principle of this scale, it can be equally applied to any ecosystem from a tropical rainforest to a home garden. Okay, so different kinds of ecosystems, different kinds of ecological conditions can also be managed under the environmental management. But basically, it is involving four components: oceans, freshwater systems, land, and the atmosphere. So this is the concept of environmental management. When we talk about the environmental management, basically it's an attempt to control the human impact on and the interaction with the environment in order to process the natural resources. Environmental management mainly focuses on the improvement of human welfare, human life for present and future generations. Different administrative functions that will be used for the development, implementation, and monitoring of the environmental policy of an organization. Environmental management implies not only a mere management of environment, but it is essentially the management of various activities with intolerable constraints that is imposed by the environment itself and with full consideration of ecological factors. We can say that the environmental management involves different environmental planning practices, different conservation practices for the natural resources, different environmental status, evaluation, and the environmental legislation and the administration. So these are the important characteristics of environmental management. In case of environmental management or sustainable development, it generally deals with the world affected by the humans. It supports sustainable development. It demands a multidisciplinary approach, and it has to integrate different development viewpoints. The time scale is involved by extending the short term, and concern ranges from the local to global concept, and it seeks to integrate natural and social science, the policy making and the planning. The environmental management implies an element of the conscious choice from a variety of alternative proposals, and furthermore, such a choice involves the purposeful commitment for the recognized and the desired objectives. These are some of the definitions of environmental management given by different authors. In 1970, here have given a definition for environmental management. It's a concerned with the man-environmental interface, the complex boundary where the biophysical and socio-cultural system interact. It's an approach which goes beyond the natural resource management to encompass the political and social as well as the natural resource or natural environment. This definition is given by Clark in 1999, and another definition of environmental management is given by Donny in 1999. As per his definition, the environmental management is a generic description of a process that is undertaken by the systems, that is oriented by the professionals with a natural science, social science, or less commonly, it's an engineering, law, or design background, and it is tackling the problems of the human altered environment on an interdisciplinary basis from a quantitative and or futuristic viewpoint. These are some of the basic definitions of the environmental management given by different authors. Jolie have given the definition that the environmental management is the process of allocating the natural and artificial resources so as to make the optimum use of the environment, and that will be helpful for satisfying the basic human needs at the minimum, and more it is possible on a sustainable basis. Throughout the world, different developing countries, in different developing countries, there is an urgent need for the sustainable development of natural resource, the management of natural environment. In the first instance, the environmental management must do the three things: the identification of the goals, different establishment where these can be met, and the development and the implementation to do what it deems possible. So this is the significance of environmental management. Environmental management having different significance. It is having a process. It's a kind of significant practices with interacts with the ecology, policy making, different planning, and social development. The main objectives of environmental management are to prevent and solve the environmental problems, to establish the limits, to develop research institutions and monitoring systems, to warn the threats and identify the opportunities, to suggest the measures for the resource conservation, and it is used to develop a strategy for the improvement of the quality of life, and to suggest long-term and short-term policies for the sustainable development. And environmental management is also used to identify the new technologies for the development or future development, like geospatial technologies, earth observation technologies are a new kind of technologies that can be very much useful for the management of natural resources, for the management of environmental conditions and different ecological prospects. So the general scheme for environmental management is having four different steps. In step one, the identification of objectives and the definition of the problems. In step two, we can determine the appropriate action plan. In step three, there is implementation and the progress evaluation. Step four is the monitoring and adjust management. And in step five, we generally deal with the future environmental management and the planning. So these are the generally the environmental management. can be done in these 5 steps. Okay, so this is the general scheme for the environmental management, and that involves the 5 steps. These are the trends in environmental management. Some of the trends of environmental management is based on the impact assessment. The first trend in environmental management is the impact assessment and planning, IAP. Under this trend, the assessment of environment and social impacts, that is prior to the setting up operations and obtaining the environmental approval from the authorities, is almost mandatory in most project categories. And IAP assessments may be required not only for newly constructed facilities but also for new operations that will be housed in an existing building. And the environmental liability and cleanup projects, foreign investments have resulted in the uh, environmental liability and cleanup. The foreign investment has resulted in heightened security of the current and historic environmental liabilities associated with the property transactions in India. The sustainability and regularity compliance is the increasing desire of the Indian companies to meet the world-class standards has caused the established companies in India to take on sustainability initiatives as a means of improving their global brand and reputation. These are some of the environmental initiatives in India. The National Council for Environmental Policy and Planning Act was set up in 1972, which was later involved into Ministry of Environment and Forest. Ministry of Environment and Forest and the Pollution Control Board, that is Central Pollution Control Board, and SPCB, that is State Pollution Control Board, together form a regulatory and administrative core of the sector. The policy statement for the abatement of the pollution and the National Conservation Strategy and Policy Statement on Environment and Development were brought out by the Ministry of Environment and Forest in 1992. The Environmental Action Program was formulated in 1993 with the objective of improving the environmental services and integrating the environmental considerations into development programs. For the protection of environment and to control the pollution, several measures have been undertaken both by the government and NGOs. And even after independence, some laws have been enacted for the protection of environment in Indian Penal Code of 1860, Article 268, Article 290, 291, 426, 430, 431, 432 are related with the environment. And similarly, the Article 277 was related with water pollution and 278 with the air pollution. National environmental policy was started in 2006. It's the first initiative that is used in the strategy formulation for the environmental protection in a comprehensive manner. And under this policy, a diagnosis of the causative factors of the land degradation with a view of flagging the remedial measures that is required in this direction. It recognizes that the relevant fiscal, traffics, and the sectoral policies needs to take explicit account of their unintentional impacts on the land degradation. As the quality of life improves and there is a demand for better quality services and products also increases, customers will over the world and at all times demand that may be assured the and satisfied that the product or services, and it is anticipated. However, inspection is not a satisfactory way of giving assurance that the product will perform as desired during its life. So these are some global initiatives for the environmental management. ISO 14000 EMS certification. It's an international environmental standard that is intended to provide the organizations with the elements of an effective environmental systems which can be integrated with other management requirements to assist organizations to achieve of an environmental management systems to support it to cover the following major areas. It includes the environmental management system, environmental auditing, environmental labeling, environmental performance evaluation, and life cycle assessment. And ISO 14000 is used to build a single global management system that allows the effective management of environmental responsibilities, liabilities, costs, commitment to the governmental management system. Another global initiatives, ISO 14000 is a way of improving the businessman to take control of the environmental responsibility and encouraging the environmental department to approach the challenges with the greater flexibility. ISO 14000 does not only relate to massive global companies, and ISO 14001 is a certification that is an initiative to bring out uniformity in environmental compliances that is standard to the reduce impediments to trade among countries. And if it is accepted and implemented properly, it can bring about a lot of change in the present Indian scenario. And after the increase of the environmental standards around the world, ISO assessed the need for the international environmental standards. They formed the Strategic Advisory Group of the Environment, SAGE, in 1991, that will be used to consider whether such standards would serve to be an effective instrument of the pollution control. Okay. So, educational systems and awareness can also be helpful for the environmental management. In 1994, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design (LEED) uh, is a awareness program. It is a set of the rating systems for the design, construction, operation, and maintenance of green buildings, homes, and the neighborhoods. That is developed by the U.S. Green Building Council. LEED is intended to help the building owners and the operators for the environmentally responsible and use the resources effectively. LEED has evolved since 1998 to more accurately represent and incorporate emerging green building technologies. The pilot version LEED is now construction version 1 LEED, that is having LEED version 2 in 2005. Okay. United Nations Environmental Programs. It is an agency of the United Nations that coordinates its environmental activities, assessing the developing countries in implementing the environmentally sound policies and practices. It was founded as a result of the United Nations Conference on the Human Environment in June 1972. Its activities cover a wide range of issues regarding the atmosphere, marine and terrestrial ecosystems, and environmental governance and the green economy. It has played a significant role in developing the international environmental conventions, promoting the environmental science and information that illustrates the way those can be implemented in the conjunction with the policy, working on the development and implementation of policy with national governments. And United Nations Environmental Program UNEP has also been active in funding and implementing the environmental related developmental projects. India Indian Green Building Council was established in year 2001. It's continuously striving towards the wider adoption of eco-friendly green building concepts in the Indian industry. There are three primary ranking in India, that is GRIHA, IGBC. These two rankings will help to promote a whole building approach to sustainability based on the principles of five elements of the nature, that is having sustainable site development, water saving activities, material selection, energy efficiency, and indoor environmental quality. Green building is a concept that is very much useful for sustainable and environmental development. That is, a green or sustainable building is the practice of creating the healthier and more resource efficient models of the construction, renovation, operation, maintenance, and the demolition. The construction of green building can reduce the amount of the waste that is generated at a construction site. It is used for designing a building that having the details will help to reduce the construction materials and energy water requirements when completed. The material selection includes the careful selection of the construction materials that will leave the less of an environmental impacts, and the goal of the green building is to reduce, reuse, and recycling, and that will having the building design that is based on the standard size of the materials. It is used for buying the higher quality to reduce the rejects, recycling, the train crew, and innovate an existing building. So thank you very much for today's lecture. Today we have discussed about the factors and trends, different environmental management practices, and sustainable development. Thank you very much for today's class.